Hey subscribers, welcome back. Happy New Year. I hope all you guys had a great break and a great New Year's. Now, what I'm going to be addressing in this video? In this video, I'm going to be addressing Suffolk University. Suffolk University is an institution that I attend based in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, this institution I am going to call the Institution of Misinformation. Now, why is that? So, I just finished my first semester of Suffolk University. I'm a freshman. And funny enough, I'm wearing the Suffolk University sweatshirt to indicate, yes, I do buy their merch. But in terms of money, now, in November of 2025, I received a financial aid update saying from Suffolk University saying, hey, your offer is available, you can look at it, stuff like that. And so I check it, basically states I'm paying nothing, zero, nada, for spring of 2026. My financial aid covers it. And then I receive another financial aid report, an offer update in late December, so a few days before Christmas. And this update shares, you owe us a few $1,000s and it's past due. And I'm like, what? So I reach out to my financial aid advisor because clearly there's a huge mistake. This just shouldn't be happening. And what happened is they withdrew me from the term. And I'm like, okay, whoa. Why did you withdraw me from the term? Now, after speaking with my faculty advisor, from what I've learned and what I could gather, because my financial aid advisor, who, I'm going to be completely honest, very useless, instead of actually helping me, guiding me, giving me the steps of what I should do next, he just said, sorry, that's all the information I have access to, and basically, according to my colleague's notes, you have not been here since September 24th. And again, just very, very confusing. I'm asking for more clarification, help, stuff like that. And he just again states, sorry, I have no access to that stuff. Ask your faculty advisor. So I reach out to my faculty advisor. It takes a few days for him to respond. That's all right. It's the break. But then I get a response. We meet eventually on a Zoom call. And from what I've learned, they withdrew me for not completing any courses, which is shown on my Workday account, which doesn't make any sense because I participated in my classes from September all the way until December, when that either is assignments, class assignments, final exams, tests, or projects. I did phenomenal work, great work, and got great feedback. And it's so strange because I'm still trying to figure out who this colleague person is, where the September 24th date came from, because it's like they're backstabbing me. I do all this phenomenal work, just so they could tell me, hey, you're gonna do nothing, like in terms of payments, and then a month later, a few weeks before the school reopens, they're like, nope, here's an extra few $1,000s. And it's just so wrong, like for a institution, higher education, that makes, and mind you, I have all these reports. I'm gonna share a bunch of evidence on this screen next to me, or I also have like a document that I put together of not just my own problems, but other problems that I will get into in a few minutes about Suffolk University and the institution as a whole. To a summary basis is the fact that I wasn't only just backstabbed, I was misinformed. Again, the institution of misinformation. And it's just like, I can't believe that a corporation, institution, higher education, whatever you'd call it, would do this to, nonetheless, anyone that's out there. Please be like fully mindful, be checking your Workday, be checking your Canvas, be checking everything. Make sure you're on top of it, because I was and I was still misled. But if you're applying for this school, I honestly would recommend, please don't go, unless you're going for free. But who knows if they take that away from you as well? Who knows from this institution? There needs to be serious change here, and there needs to be change now. Like, I am urging not just people at the top, but Marissa Kelly, the president dean of Suffolk University. She needs to either step up and start realizing that there's issues, like major issues within this school in terms of disorganization and what they have to offer as a whole, and what they'd like to communicate to the people of Suffolk. Or I'm gonna have to say she has to step down, because this is not okay. She has multiple times stated that Suffolk University is raising in rankings. It is not. It is lowered in rankings over the past few years. She states the fact that we are super inclusive. That is wrong. I have myself personally received not so well comments because of some of my conservative beliefs. Mind you, it is a state of Massachusetts. We are a very liberal state, a very democratic state. But for me, going to an institution like this in higher education, they should not prevent me from sharing my belief system, sharing what I believe in terms of whether that's politics or society or even the economy. And so there's been a lot of not just lies but misinformation from her and plenty of other people, I'm for sure, at Suffolk. And so why am I making this video? I'm making this video not just to share my story in terms of what's currently going on with the case of my financial aid at Suffolk University. And mind you, who knows, it might even be resolved by the time I post this video. But I'm mainly making this because I want to inform everyone to fully not just look at the document I will provide in the link in description of this video, but to explore for themselves, that they can investigate themselves, research themselves. I think finding a conclusion for yourself through whatever's available in terms of articles or certain things you've read on the internet or books or physical media, it is very important to take that step and find a conclusion to yourself. And for me, that conclusion is that Suffolk University is an institution of misinformation, an institution that has not only backstabbed me, and mind you, I'm only a freshman, I'm not a third, fourth year student that has said anything controversial. Honestly, I'm just spreading my opinion, my truth, and what's going on at Suffolk University. And so far, what's been my experience, it's not been a fruitful one. Oh, and in terms of the mention, not a fruitful one, they also talk about how Suffolk community is such a great for commuter students. Now, we do have commuter lounges, but I'd say in terms of being a commuter, it is one of the most isolating experiences ever. Me and plenty other commuters, including even commuters that I've seen online, have talked about Suffolk community. Suffolk University's commuter community needs to fix itself, because it is not just only an isolating part of it, but it's not focused upon because of how many people, again, commute to Suffolk University. Like, very few actually live there, and even fewer stay there for like multiple years at Suffolk University in their dorm, because Suffolk University doesn't guarantee that availability to stay. And so when it comes to my situation, whether it's financial aid, and I'll update you guys, I have a whole case study and I've put it on documents. I'll let everyone see it. I'll update it as the situation goes on. But I am mainly asking Suffolk University as a whole, specifically Marissa Kelly, please, I have reached out to you. Reach out back to me. I think we could help each other valuably in terms of benefiting this institution, because I don't want to see it go down. I want to see this institution improve and better itself. And I think higher education is such a important need for students, and not only just education, but networking and learning things that you didn't even know about yourself. It provides so much that public institutions don't offer. But one thing that public institutions also don't do is backstab and lie to me like this institution has. And I just find it so strange that I call it a company because there's so much comparisons with corporate greed in Suffolk University, but this place that brags about how much they made in a fiscal year of 2025 in their own websites can't even take it upon themselves to fix the most minuscule issues that are happening amongst the eyes of not just Suffolk students, but I'm assuming Suffolk people at the top can clearly see what the hell's going on here. So I'm urging Marissa Kelly, anyone else at Suffolk, reach out to me. I'm very willing to express not just what I think is happening to me personally at Suffolk, but I want to see Suffolk better itself and improve. Who knows how long it's going to take, but I think it'd be very useful, not just for students, but the overall community as a whole. Now, the last part of this video is going to be addressing... Now, this final section of this video is going to be addressing... mind you, I went really quickly through my case because it is an ongoing process, and I'm going to continue updating in the document I provided in the link in the description. But this last part of this video, I want to discuss all the major issues at Suffolk University and what I think needs to be fixed. The first thing is, and this kind of correlates to what I was talking about with my case, the L system. I learned about this talking it about with my faculty advisor, and apparently Suffolk University used to have an L system. So if a student were to go missing, or they were to just go away without letting the Suffolk University system know, there would be a grade L put in place and an email or someone be sent out to find out what happened to the students. Turns out that doesn't happen anymore. So if the case is I did end up not going to Suffolk University since September 24th, according to this random colleague's notes, why was it never emailed, reached out to? Why was no one interested in where the hell I would have gone? Mind you, I was there, so that's probably the reason why I never got anything. But if it is true to the case that people think I wasn't there, why was it not the priority to figure out where did this student go? I think it is so important to keep students' independence, but also make sure that they're safe, especially in a city-like area, whether that's coming to drinking, drugs, which I'm not gonna get to that, but it's very, very rampant in Suffolk University. And just making sure people's mental state is all right. And I keep saying we because you and the viewer and whoever from Suffolk University, whether that's higher ups or another students, we need to do something about this. And I'm making this video specifically for a call for action, whether that's the L system that needs to be re-implemented, a real commuter community at Suffolk University needs to be implemented. And I think funds need to be redirected towards classrooms and faculty and like actual staff, and not just building new buildings for dorms that people aren't even going to live in. Yeah, and it's just disappointing because I went to public school, and sure, public schools had its issues, but nothing like this. And the fact that a public school gets such a minuscule amount of money compared to most universities, hell, the amount that Suffolk makes is obscene. It's absurd. And there's issues like this. It's profound how incompetent Suffolk University is and Suffolk University staff is. And there needs to be a real change, because if there isn't going to be a real change, then I think Suffolk University deserves to fail. And it's unfortunate. I don't wish that upon anyone, but Suffolk University, you need to do better, and you need to do better now. That's all. Bye.